Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mordor campaign. It is turn 305 and episode 140, I believe. As you can see, we have come into a huge amount of money, and again, I am confused as to how we've achieved that specific amount, because the dwarves in Gundabad have surrendered, leaving me with just a fucking beautiful city. I'm talking beautiful. The architecture is amazing. It's to die for. I would take my wife here and propose on one knee because, like I say, the architecture of Gundabad is just beautiful. The way the skulls are hanging off of the wooden trusses, you know, of the canals and whatnot, that doesn't even make any sense. But the point is, Gundabad is a wonderful place to be. It has basically every single building an aspiring Uruk could want, except for a place to worship, such as a shrine. But we sacked the place upon capturing it, but we only received, I think, 12,000 gold coins having done that. Now, I think Gundabad is amongst one of our largest cities already. It is the, what, 6th largest city? Amazingly, that is how big it is. Now, we can't actually recruit anything because, of course, we don't have any culture, but I am going to, at the very least, forge some armor for my Uruks because we have the facilities to do so. Gundabad as well, netting us quite a large income. So again, I'm confused about the treasury here because we had close to 0 last turn, meaning somehow we acquired 40,000 gold, which is not represented, as far as I can tell, anywhere in this overview. And I can see that this is going to be, if this continues, of course, it will be a trend. But for the time being, it looks like we're going to make a small amount of profit. But for all I know, we're going to continue receiving 40,000 gold every turn. Okay, so we've recruited some stuff in Moria because we want to, of course, reinforce Akorahil, who only has 7 Aulic High. So I would very much like to recruit a new unit for 1,500 gold and send it to him so that I can retrain this one. Unfortunately, there's no... well... that will do. We'll do it that way. There's not really a great way to achieve that, but for the time being, I think we can at least block this passage here, and we'll bring along our siege equipment. As well, we will also recruit some reinforcements. So we have some Orc Band raiders, quite a few raiders, 2 Orc Maulers, but I think we are severely lacking in Uruks. We have 2 units of Uruks. I would not mind getting a unit of Morn Guard, perhaps? How about Maulers? I thought we had 2, correct? Correctamundo. And then again, we have quite a lot of missile units. And why is it that I recruited these 2? For which army? Marching under whose banner? Hard for me to say, but I do know that we actually have some Morn Guard in the mountain fort. Now, I think what I want to do actually is to recruit 2 units of Uruks in the mountain fort to act as garrison, and then I can grab all of these guys, send them to Moria, and those 4 units can hold the literal fort as my troops move on. Now in Goblin Town, I almost forgot the name of the place. It's hard to forget. We're going to retrain as many of these units as we can. In Hormraz Folly, I want to recruit... I think we may as well just get another unit of Aulic High for... who is this? Adunafel. And whilst we're here, we may as well build our Temple of Melkor and get a Troll Catapult to replace our shitty Orc one, which we may shift up to... well, we could just keep it with Adunafel for the time being. Let's see, in Imladris... oh shit, I totally forgot we could build a Troll Cage in Imladris, and we are going to do so. 4 turns later, that will be finished, and we can recruit trolls. Oh man, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna barrack... I was gonna say barracks the trolls, but that's not that doesn't even make sense. We're going to house the trolls in Arwen's quarters, perhaps Elrond's quarters. I can just imagine what used to be a beautiful wooden carved, you know, pillars. There's some nice end tables, probably some beautiful tapestries hanging on the walls, some incense burning for some godforsaken reason. All of this stuff is happening, but then I just imagine some fat, dirty trolls eating their gruel in the middle of the place, and there's like hay on the floor, and everything's for some reason covered in mud and literal shit. Okay, we have a mission to annex Graham, which... Okay, so this is interesting. This was the invasion target that Isengard had captured, and for some reason, our Council of Nobles, whoever that may be, is suggesting that we we take it off the hands of Isengard. Now, what we could do is watch to see if the armies of Arnor, for some reason I was going to say army, but then also Eriador, so it became Armior, which sounds like a pretty cool name actually. It is I, Armior, son of Armen. If these guys capture Graham, we could take it back, but then again, there's also the chance that we just declare war on Isengard and seize the 4 towns they have. Let's see, Isengard, they have Dunird, as well as this one, wherever it may be. So that's 3 and then 4 up in Graham. I'm pretty sure that is all of their holdings. We could do that, but it seems like that would just be placing a speed bump on what ought to be a speedy campaign. I keep forgetting that we actually need to be picking up the pace. So I am waiting out all of these sieges, for example, in Londare, one more turn. And we are also currently besieging Thranduil's halls. We can't continue to do that because we only have 96 turns to complete the campaign. So I really need to be throwing orcs into the pits of combat. That is, I need to be fighting these sieges. Now, Mogash is going to be adopted, if at all possible, and there he is. In Edoras. Wonderful. Can we go there? Nope. Okay. Who wants to go to Edoras anyway? It's entirely possible that Mogash is actually the best general in this area. I think I elected Muslin to be the general for the army heading south, but I almost think that Mogash would be a better candidate. Gazduf wouldn't be such a bad idea either. I see here that some of our generals have respect as opposed to fear, I believe. And respect is actually great for governors. So this is what I'm seeing right now. We have Mogash and Gazduf. They are the 2 generals we would be best to use due to their command stars as well as their fear, or lack of respect, rather. I'm pretty sure that respect, I think it may have a detriment on your combat abilities in the Third Age. I'm not sure. At the very least, it does not give you a bonus. And let's see, where is Muslin? Muslin would be better served as a governor, I believe. Although some of his traits are pretty shit. Let's just take a quick look at our settlements. So I can see Erebor needs a governor, as does Gundabad and Imladris. Okay. Cairnam Roth is a little bit closer. Okay, we'll send him up to Cairnam Roth. Muslin's making the long trek. Oh man. Happy trails to Muslin as he treks across Rohan. Now, in Dale, we currently have a plague of some description, which is horrendously bad for the health of our men. Unfortunately, we can't recruit or retrain or replenish any of these units, so we'll have to just let them be. Let's see. Yeah, see, profits. 40 fucking thousand. I don't know how. Richest faction. and we are the most advanced faction. So currently we have 27,000 gold, and I'm not entirely sure where we ought to throw that gold. At the very least, we'll have Zagif build his army opposite the Haradrim here, and we will populate his army with everything we have. May as well do. I'm fairly certain he's going to need some missile units. Now, here's the thing. These Serpent Guard are essentially the equals of our Uruks. If I find my Uruks, boom. And their Serpent Guard, boom. The numbers are essentially the same. If I get a non-veteran unit, it's almost the same. So, I'm not sure that missile units would be the best use against these guys. They have quite a... I want to say it's not really high in the grand scheme of things, but compared to my units, it's quite high. They have a high shield value. Their armor is a little bit lower. So the best counter, I imagine, would be halberd units and the like. Let's see, actually. What are the elven troops like? I know these guys have, like, almost 0 armor. But their Eldorinwe spearmen have 10 armor, so we can almost imagine that they have the best armor, or close to the best armor out of all units across the board. I mean, even the Vault Wardens, the Dwarven Vault Wardens, only have 6 armor or so. I can't imagine what the Iron Guard are. So, it seems that the Serpent Guard are basically slightly above average. Or at the very least, they have equal levels of armor comparatively to Dwarven units. So I'm thinking Maulers and Halberds are a good pick against them. Unfortunately, I don't think we actually have any places that are... Well, Westall's Gileath is able to supply some Maulers, so we'll do that. But at the very least, I think we ought to have 1 or 2 archer units, as I have recruited here, actually. Look at that, we can actually grab all 4 of these units, and we'll ship them out to that army. I think Uvatha... Well, I imagine some of those units were meant for Uvatha, but he has 3 units of orc archers. Okay. How about Lagaf? He has 2 units of orc archers. So yeah, 2 units of orc archers, I think, is a fair amount. I would trade out some of these raiders for maulers, though. Let's do that very quickly. I can actually store some of these raiders as reinforcements. Bring up some maulers. There we are. We can even stick that extra unit of archers in there. And that's a pretty solid force, as far as I'm aware. A bunch of Uruks, a bunch of Maulers, some garbage tier units. Because it seems to me we will be mostly opposed by Serpent Guard, which is it's very annoying. Let's go with that word. Let's go with the most PG word. Okay, since MNRN is a castle, it is on the front lines. We ought to build some barracks, garrison quarters, and the like, which, interestingly enough, is going to reduce corruption because it increases law. Okay. Just as a side note, corruption is a very large ticket on our expenditure. It is larger than our wages for all of our agents, for all of our generals. It is 1/3 of our army expenditure, which is hard to believe considering the size and scope of our military, but there you have it. We're not fucking around, I guess, when it comes to corruption, but that seems fitting. Okay, so we've invested in MNRN. We've got some shit going on in Minas Morgul. Where are we going to be recruiting from? Probably Minas Morgul, where we ought to be building things like leather tanners, just to get some more usage out of our infantry. Now, I'm noticing as well we have a lack of facilities for siege equipment within Mordor, aside from Barad-dûr, which is a bit far. So maybe I'll spring for a ballista maker in Minas Morgul. In Pelargir, we're still constructing. Arnak. Maybe we can go for a catapult maker wouldn't hurt, although Minas Tirith is right here, is it not? No, we can't actually get catapults from Minas Tirith. And we're likely to be pumping infantry and the like out of Minas Tirith, although Arnak is not far behind in that way. Okay, we're going to build the catapult maker in Arnak. And we have 18,000 left. Let's look at Dun Harrow, which we can't build anything. Edoras, Alberg, much the same. Let's continue on along our frontier territories. For example, Durwath, still building those ballista towers, whatever the fuck they are. Perhaps we should build an archery range? Well, orc archers ought to do, I think. We're not going to be... Oh, well, this is the thing. Some units... A lot of the units that Harad uses doesn't actually have that much armor, and some of them don't even have shields. The pikemen, for sure, no shield, low armor, prime target for our troops. So, for example, it seems this army is a lot softer than those armies full of serpent guards. So maybe, just maybe, it would be worthwhile to get Uruk archers over here on this flank. 18,000 gold left. Let's spring for a shrine. And let's check in with our correspondent on the coast, Radbag, who... Oh, there's actually an invisible wall here. I never would have guessed. That's very interesting. Okay, let's get him to... we'll move him to the front lines. We'll have Luglund continue southward. Maybe we can just use him to keep an eye on this pass over here. Gorel is keeping an eye on Pinnith Gelen. We actually have Nagduff within the city. And Gazgash keeping an eye on Lon Galen. We have thoroughly infiltrated the lands of Herod. Now, as far as actually enacting this military plan, it's a tough one. That's for sure. Okay, we'll get some more infantry. Can't hurt. We could almost build two armies here, truthfully. But we do actually need a lieutenant for Lagov. I wonder if we have anyone available. Zagrad is governor. Zagmuz could be a good general, or the beginnings of a general. We have no lords, interestingly enough, within Mordor, it seems. Good God, 18 minutes already. I was gonna fight the the battle for Thranduil's Halls, but I got bogged down in the admin. We'll let this this turn timer tick down, although I just noticed that Kundmayathir is right here, and he is probably going to be a little bit angry with us, I imagine. So perhaps it would be best if we... Well, we have two full stacks here, so whichever direction they attack us from, we will be reinforced. So I'm not too concerned about Kundmayathir, but let us finish off the episode with the capture of Thranduil's Halls, so that we may march on Worm Cove. And we could probably kill King Bard while we're on the way, because that would be interesting. He has a very interesting army. Okay, let's see. There are, as far as I'm aware, very few units within... oh, interesting. Captain Lug here? Oh, that is our troll catapults, of course. Can we get these guys in the army? No. Okay, well. We're going to attack with the catapults, actually, and we will have Dawn Death, reinforce, so on and so forth. Okay, so there are very few dwarves within the city. I'm sure they're just shaking in their iron boots at this particular point. They're probably shitting as well. I mean, they're shitting as per usual. If they're not, that is a bit of a health problem, but I mean, there's like more than the usual amount of feces going on because they know we're battering down their walls. Alright, you guys, I will see you in just a moment. Oh yeah, I forgot how unique and interesting this map is. I've chosen to assault the walls from the more difficult way because that is... oh my fucking god. Oh, because it was going to be interesting, but it seems that the dwarves have seen an opportunity and they're about to seize that opportunity. They are sallying out all 807... no, they're not. They saw those trolls winding up the catapults, putting the tension into the torsion engines or whatever, and they've decided to turn right around, and we've missed every single shot. How very cinematic. Jeez. Alrighty, let's grab all of our troops. Let's get them. Come on over, boys. Can we put these guys into a column? That would be amazing. Just for the hell of it. Now, we don't need these guys in pike formation, so let's get that going. Okay, there we are. That's our column. Oh my god, it is just very shitty. Oh man, I just clicked the middle mouse button out of reflex, because that is how you know, you can spin the old camera in the newer Total Wars, but in Medieval too, it zooms in, it gets you the money shot. That's very interesting. Or does it just center on your selected... what the fuck? I don't even know what it's doing. What? Okay, so it's currently zooming towards the nearest enemy unit. If I swing towards my catapults, it looks at them. If I swing towards my reinforcements and point over there, it just goes back to the... what the fuck? I don't understand how it chooses this behavior. Oh no, what has happened? Oh, for a second I thought my camera just bugged out in a most horrendous fashion. Okay, we are currently battering down the gates. Let's go for... can I take out these towers? Yes. Oh, I did it again. Fuck me. Let's aim for the towers. Actually, let's aim for the gatehouse first and foremost. Our men are going to be... they're many moons away. This is for sure. This is certain. But we need that ram, which my Alakai are breaking a sweat, pushing, or... I mean, they almost look like zombies. Zombies that have been caught on a particularly windy day. Just pushing against a heavy breeze or something. Okay, we are currently shelling the gatehouse, and I think it's about time we just sped... oh my god, sped right up. Watch this occur. I just realized as well, we're currently using flaming ammunition, which we don't need to be using. Have we just destroyed the gate? Okay. So we've destroyed the gatehouse, and that is... apparently this means destroyed. Slight damage to the exterior fascia of the building just means full-on destroyed. Because that's how particular elven architects are. They see something that is slightly destroyed, and they're just like, ah, fuck it! Tear it down, we'll start over. We'll do it live! That's what they say. And then they go and have just like the most ridiculous orgy for weeks. Because, I mean, when you live... here's a question. When you live for hundreds of thousands, potentially for all of time, I mean, you're basically immortal, how long do you think an orgy would go for? Do you have any concept of like, okay, this is too long? You know, like, say you're an elf and you're going to school. Do you think you'd go to school for 18 years? Well, no, because 18 years is basically a blip on your grand timeline of life. You'd probably end up going for like 100 years. So, by that same... okay, well, the tower just disappeared. By that same token, how long would a sexual encounter go for? Or an orgy? Like, would you just be like, you know what? 2 hours... like, I peg the average orgy, you know, the average human orgy at about 2 hours. I think that's a typical, you know, a safe bet of a typical amount of time for your plain Jane orgy. But if you're an elf, would you just fuck, like, for a week or something? I don't know. These are the questions that need answers, I'm sure. Okay, we're going to put our Uruks on the causeway. So that we can get some arrows fired. They should basically go without issue, because we've basically destroyed the vast majority of the, well, dwarven defenses at this point. Same thing with the dwarves. How long would a dwarven orgy go on? Far too long, in my opinion. At some point it's like, alright, you're ugly as hell, just please stop. No one wants to see this. No one even wants to hear about it. Let's be real. Alrighty, let's just put our troops in place. We have a ram the Alakai are going to put into place. We have a ram that the Maulers are going to put into place, and we have, as well, a bunch of ladders. Let's get those going. Actually, let's put the raiders on the walls first. There we are. Okay, we are still launching stones at these towers, and that one's done. See, to me, this is far more reasonable. This is destroyed. This is mildly irritating, is what this is. Okay, what do we have? Dwarven axemen on the walls, crossbows and the like. Not a big deal. We're throwing arrows their way. Where are my orc archers? Here they are. They're coming. Okay, for the sake of time, we're just going to speed through this a bit. Seems that the vast majority of our units are in some semblance of a formation. Right? Is this everyone? Are we all here? That's a ram. Okay, I think, yeah, we're basically in place. You have to have you have to set up a good, you know, formation, a good siege formation if you want to have a successful and satisfying siege. It's got to look good, that's for sure. Okay, our catapults have destroyed that tower. I see no reason not to knock a hole in that wall those dwarves are on. Maybe we can trap them over there. Wouldn't that be fantastic? We'll get our Olaghai to start busting down that gate too. It's basically done for. We just need to make it official. We just got to sign the paperwork, essentially. The check is in the mail, and we've signed the paperwork. And none of these dwarves are dying because they just have a ton of armor. Or at the very least, they have higher than average armor, as evidenced by our... interesting, we just destroyed a buttress. A tragedy of war is a damaged buttress. A torn buttress, if you will. Where is our other ram? Oh my fucking god. My maulers are just taking their sweet time with this. Okay, let's get us on the walls. Move our Uruks forward. And we want halberds at the gate? No. Well, let's put our Numenorians at the gate. Our maulers will be first through. Yeah, we'll send actually a second unit. Unit of halberds. How about that? Where are our maulers? Okay, you know what? You're worth... Oh, fuck me. That scared the shit out of me. It's like someone... For a second, I thought someone was breaking in my house. Okay, we have busted through, and the dwarves are... Well, they've got pikes in place. Let's get our Olaghai quickly through through the gate. Now, our archers are in place to rain... Shit, we just busted a hole in that wall. I don't have anything... Well, maybe we could swing the Numenorians over there. We definitely want the Ologhai not to be involved in all of this combat, that's for sure. Let's get the Numenorians... can I actually move over here? Seems so. Okay, we want the raiders on the walls. Please get on those walls. The archers and the Uruks are going to fire at no one for the time being. Let's just cease and desist with that silliness. Okay, our Ologhai are fully invested in this combat, apparently. And we just have to get those halberds in and our maulers in. I have doomed my Ologhai to death, it seems. But we've just swarmed these vault wardens. Have we done? They seem to be doing all right. Where are my Numenorians? Okay, they are in position. Maybe we can take out those crossbows. That would be ideal. And we'll get our halberds to attack our orc raiders. Are they actually climbing the walls? It seems they are. Okay, wonderful. That's something. Something to be said about that. That's something. Okay, our catapults are down to the heads. Let's stop with the silliness here. We do not need to be firing heads at this particular juncture. We may as well get our archers up onto the walls, right? Oh no, yes, we... I did indeed doom some of my Ologhai to death. Because of my, stupidity. Oh. And who was it that got the killing blow? It was a dwarven warrior. Oh no, and... another oh shit, we've lost 3 Ologhai because I'm an asshole. A big ol' asshole. Well, can't say I'm surprised. Let's get the orc raiders. On the flanks here, our Numenorians are tearing into some dwarven axemen. Which is not what I want to be doing, actually. I don't want my Ologhai involved in that either. I can't believe, like an absolute idiot, I've lost 3 Ologhai. And it's close to 4 if I'm not careful. Oh, those vault wardens as well are holding up a lot of my forces. A lot of my maulers are not doing so hot, but we are finally getting around the flanks with my orc raiders, and it's looking good. It's looking really good. Oh my god, can we take a moment to appreciate this fucking guy? Look at his helmet. Oh man. I don't know what it is, but he's like just got such a badass helmet, and he's got like a war pick. Oh man, this guy came prepared to fuck shit up, and he's going right at it. Look at that, he's killed 1 pikeman. 2 pikemen, maybe? I gotta say, the raiders, they're doing work. I mean, this entire campaign, I've just been shitting on them. I've been treating them like shit, and here they are, coming, ready to dance. Ready to jive and shimmy. And, they really don't get enough credit, in my opinion. Do not get enough credit. Okay, so at the front we have the Uruks, the big bastards, swinging away at those dwarven axemen. We have the raiders in the rear, flanking and surrounding the vault wardens. We have our archers up on the walls. Do we? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, it's a disaster. Oh god. What the fuck? Okay, we have our cavalry in place to charge at whom? Some of these crossbows, maybe? May as well. Oh god, this is a long episode. I am just taking my sweet fucking time. When am I not? Truthfully. Oh, that wasn't even a charge. There was not even a whiff of a charge in there. But holy shit, we are dominating these dwarves now. Fully surrounded. Nowhere to go. Beginning to waver. Let's see. What the fuck? There's a single dead orc here. And it almost looks like he fell off a ladder, but I've never seen that in my many hundreds of hours of... Well, it says one of my guys died. This is a mystery. What the fuck? Okay, we've killed some guys over here, over yonder. Let's pull our cavalry back and charge again. We're gonna actually charge these dwarven axemen because they ought to be vulnerable to a cavalry charge if my cavalry can get their shit together. Like so. Yep, that was... oh, shit. That was incredibly effective. Wow, yeah, we just wiped that unit right out. Okay, yeah, no, we are actually losing men. What in the world? What the fuck? That is the first time I've ever seen that. My men are actually falling off the ladders. And it looks to me it's like it's because the ladders are too short for the walls. I mean, this side is fine. This side is completely fucked. So what is exactly going on here? How is it the game engine determines who falls and who doesn't? This is groundbreaking. Oh man, we are doing some work here. We've surrounded the dwarves completely. Oh my god, I was really lagging out there. Okay, we're gonna charge these dwarven warriors as well. But I hear crossbows firing. Where's that coming from? Oh, right here. Okay, well, we'll deal with them as well. Or is it... Are they firing? Oh, they're firing at my goddamn Oleg High. That sucks. Let's move those bad boys. Boom, we've charged the dwarven warriors. And killed none of them, apparently. Or very few of them. So few that I didn't even notice. Okay, let us get the archers in place. Maybe we can begin firing on these guys in the courtyard. We can sort of force them out of their position. We can also get around the flank with our Numenorians, find some good targets. For example, those crossbows, now that they have decided to... the dwarves have pulled back for some reason, totally exposing those crossbows. And we have finished with the dwarves, have we? Yes. The Vault Wardens in specific. Now our Maulers need to get off the field, as do our Olokai, but the Halberds will trudge forward and build a pike line, actually, in front of our archer units, like so. Let's have our regular Uruks join the party, as well as our raiders. Okay. Orc band. I totally neglected to bring all of these guys up. They could have helped in some way, I'm sure. Okay, the Numenorians have... what in the fuck is going on? Oh, there's another unit of crossbows that are really having a heyday shooting my Numenorian. So let's finish with this unit quickly, please. Oh man, this is not going how I planned at all. Okay, we're going to have to... Oh god, we're just getting wrecked by these crossbows, actually. Let's pull the Numenorians back and begin firing with the archers. Man, oh man. Can we get them out of a firing position? Like, out of sight, perhaps? Around the flank? Kind of like this. That seems to be working. Although I have to say, our archers are not doing well. I think we're taking casualties due to the crossbows. Oh, there's another little unit here that we can probably wipe out. Man, oh man. Alrighty, we have charged this unit. And done some damage. Oh, and quite an appreciable amount of damage actually, but we're now getting charged by some Iron Guard. Let's pull out of there, finish off that unit. And let's pull all the way over here. Okay, our archers are... Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't know how this has happened. I wasn't paying attention, and my archers have now got into physical combat with the enemy. Which, as you may know, is not at all what I intended. So we'll have to remedy that. Okay, we have a single unit of crossbows left, is this correct? This fucking unit here, 22 of them? It seems so. Okay. There's some Iron Guard. Let's march forward with our halberds in a spear wall position. Formation, rather. We'll have all of our archers fire at the Axemen of Erebor, I guess. Get the Númenóreans around the fucking flank. Where am I going? So this siege is actually taking quite a while, even though there are so few enemies. Actually, you know, we'll take out those crossbows. I want my archers in skirmish mode. Here we go. It's interesting. I'm still taking quite a bit of fire. As far as I know, there is not another crossbow unit. Oh, yes, there is. Right here. Okay, let's deal with that. And where are my halberds? Are they attacking? It seems they're slowly advancing towards these crossbows. Ah, fuck it. We don't need a spear wall. Just get in there, boys. There we go. Here come the Númenóreans around the flank to take out those crossbows. And hopefully we can get a good enough charge off to just pull out again. Oh, did we manage to kill some of those nobles as well? Whoop. Whoop. It seems not. It seems not. Okay, let's pull back. Let's get the raiders involved. Well, see, here's the problem. I'm not swarming as well as I ought to be, so let's get the raiders in. Get the Uruks in. I'm taking my time like a fucking asshole. That's what's going on here. My halberds have swarmed those crossbows and dealt a killing blow. Let's continue on towards... Okay, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build one long spear line. Get these two units behind for flanking. Yeah, they'll get in place behind for the flanking. Ja, jawohl. Obergruppenführer. The German ranks are fucking hilarious. Can you imagine having to say Obergruppenführer in the heat of the moment? Jawohl, Obergruppenführer. I mean, like, in English we have sergeant, which is 2 syllables. Obergruppenführer is, I don't know, Obergruppenführer. That is like, it's gotta be at least 14 syllables, am I right? It's too many syllables, is what I'm saying. Now, our archers are basically ineffective. I've been firing at these axemen, and so far it seems like 0 damage has occurred, and we are actually getting charged by those nobles. Come on. Okay, I managed to save our Númenóreans from certain death, that is for sure. Now, I intended for these guys to get into a spear wall formation, but that never occurred, so we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Let's get the raiders in. And the Uruks as well. Just issuing charges at this point. I want these guys to come around the flank. I've just charged those crossbows, and they are done for. Let's get the archers out of here and get the Númenóreans into a place where they can be useful. For example, we could charge those Iron Guard in the rear. Okay, we just need to... Oh my god, my halberds have broken. Is it because I put them into a spear wall? What the fuck? Those dwarven axemen just tore them apart. My god. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what happened there. I lost a lot of men. A lot of men. Alright, we just need to be rear charging these Iron Guard so we can take them out. Oh, they're retreating already. Interesting. Okay, so those axemen there are fighting several units, interestingly enough. Well, it's not interesting in any way. It's kind of par for the course, to be honest. We have very few dwarven units left to deal with. It's just that we have to deal with them, and they're quite powerful, unfortunately. These Iron Guard and Axemen of Erebor, rather, and the nobles, they're all tough cookies. But I see no reason that we can't just cycle charge them relentlessly with our tired and exhausted Númenóreans and Nazgul. Oh man, look at this brave orc band charging headlong, solo, into the Iron Guard. He is a man, or rather an orc, to be commended. That is true. That is for sure. This is true. So it seems we've dealt with that Dwarven Axeman unit. Now we just need to sort of sidestep these Dwarven units that are now coming after our Númenóreans. We need to tie up all of these units so that we can get some rear charges going on. There's still 19 of them left, actually, interestingly enough. Can we charge... Oh my god, this episode is... Whoa, way longer than I anticipated. This siege alone is much longer than I anticipated. God damn it. Okay, let's hurry through this. The charges with our Númenóreans are costly and kind of ineffective, and holy shit, we're losing a lot of Morning Guard because they just kind of waltzed into combat without much of a goal. The leadership there was nil, and they just absolutely got slaughtered. This is a complete misuse of the resources available to me, and this army has seen better days, that is for sure. Okay, I want to get these halberds. Maybe I can sneak them by up here and get around on the flanks if possible. Oh my god, yeah, my Morning Guard are not doing so hot. Not doing well at all. Okay, well, maybe I can deal with these Iron Guard with my Númenóreans if I just get them into place, like so. I'm sorry, everyone. This is... If you skipped this, I would not be surprised. I would not blame you, because it's pretty ridiculous. Okay, let's get these guys around the flank. And this unit as well. Okay, we have surrounded these last Dwarven units. Seems to me they are going to fight long and hard. Like a bike lock. I was gonna go sexual with that, but then, you know what, take the high road. Or rather, take any road. Okay? Anything but a dick joke. You're a full-grown man, for God's sake. Alrighty, let's see if we can do some damage with the Númenóreans, and we did a little bit, it seems. There are 27 nobles. Let's do this, actually. Let's put them in formation, like so. And see if we can get a little sneaky charge there into the rear of those axemen. Oh, yep, I see we've caused some havoc. Killed a few guys. There's only 15 nobles left. How many axemen? 24. Oh, this flank has crumbled entirely. Okay, yeah, we've gotten very little to do left. What am I saying? Very little to do now, aside from just continue to cycle charge these guys as best we can. If there are any. Like this guy here. Is he going to get charged by our cavalry? Come on, yes, okay. It is a great success, great victory for us, but I mean, like, we lost... only 17% of our army. That seems very little compared to what I feel. My feelings are more important than the facts. Okay, so the numbers were actually about even in terms of losses, which is still a victory for the orcs, first and foremost, and still a victory for a siege attacker. These numbers should be, you know, much, much different. Anyway, that is the capture of Thranduil's halls yet again. I think now all that is left for us to do is move... well... with our current forces, I still think we have more than enough to deal with Bard, first and foremost. And I think even so, we will still have more than enough to capture. More than enough to capture, what is it, Worm Cove. I could have sworn I've destroyed these buildings before. But here they are, yet again, just waiting to get sullied. Okay, we're going to repair those walls before we continue on and build our shrine, which is almost unnecessary because we have already got a lot of culture here, because we are in fact some of the more recent owners of this place. Unfortunately, we can't retrain any of our units at the time, but that's alright. It's alright. So, I'm going to end the episode here because it is incredibly long, but when we get back, I will probably march to kill Bard. Hopefully that battle is more reasonable in length. I think we may have to fight a big battle against the elves once I end the turn. That remains to be seen. And we can continue on marching towards Osten Edel and foster and build our forces in the north, the south, and the center of our empire. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. As always, my name is Incoherence. This has been an episode of the Mordor campaign. You guys are fucking awesome, and I will see you all later.